great. Shouldn't have to wait long. Should be safe. Can't face another hassle like last week. Fucking pissed up bastards make me sick. Clutched together, giggling under one umbrella. But there. Unsteady footsteps echo up the street. Without looking, I just know there's three. Suddenly, I feel slightly sick and tired. I pray for a taxi, but none appears. The couple in front of us are straight as dice. Man, there's no help there. Into the tension, I hear him splutter. Christ! What the fuck are these? Jesus, Bobby. Get a load of this pair, eh? Here. Are you a punk rocker? Or what? Look at that fucking hair. Man, what a fucking mess. I wouldn't fuck a bird with pink hair. It's a fucking muppet. They sway and scream with laughter at this witticism. But we don't laugh too. They don't like that. Here, I'm talking to you, punky. I says, what do you think you are? Oh, they're big lads. All three of them bloated with beer. Rain plasters wisps of hair. Their sloppy, red-eyed, boozy faces. Cheap and nasty catalogue clothes. Soaking wet. It's got a ring through its nose, look. Packies were they? Do you like packies, eh? Cause I hate them. Fucking black bastards. I can't get work cause of them. Buggers make me sick. They should be fucking exterminated, eh? Gather, eh? Oh, I'd like to be brave and tell them to sod off. But fear makes me silent. Last week, I was brave, and my ribs still hurt me, and makeup hides the bruise. You clutch my hand, I hang on tight, and I suddenly see, in that swollen, rubbery face, a terrible, unspoken fear, breeding hatred, a blinkered bigotry to help him not to think, not to admit the dismal sterility of his world, the awful, second-rate, substitute shakedown that he doesn't dare be dissatisfied with. A whole country full of people living in hatred and terror, grasping desperately at each passing day, like human time bombs, ignored, despised by the powerful and wealthy. He lurches forward. I say, fuck off and leave us alone, eh? I shut my eyes. I wait for the blow. But two taxis come at once. And you pull me in. But I sit in shame. We discuss it all endlessly. I remember his stupid, hate-filled face, masking the awful, queasy fear beneath. And I try and feel sympathy. And I fail. Because it's only those who aren't their targets can love the violent and the madman. She was brought up to believe in the religion of money, walking in the faith that cash solves every problem. And at 17, they told her, sorry, there's no work, no mills, no shops, no chance to earn the money that she dreamed of. Just another scrappy school leaver. Sign here and join the growing queue. She sulked around the youth club, laughing at the social workers who told her how to make each penny last. Told her that she'd get satisfaction from surviving and not spending, while the admin tell her constantly, buy this, have this, possess, and you'll be happy. She came up to the club one night in a fur coat, silk dress, golden earrings, saying, look at this new outfit, miss. I don't shop at Oxfam like you do. I have a pretty face, and I'm going to use it. I went to London last week with me mates, and I met a man who bought me all these clothes. We have parties, miss, and I enjoy it. And if some old fool will pay me, then that's fine. Before you start, miss, I'd like to ask a question. For all your fancy college education, your concerned expression and your worried voice, just think real hard and try to find another way out for the likes of me. And I bet you can't, miss, can ya? Oh yeah! And when did you last dine out at the Ritz, miss? Black magic. She says it's the latest thing. She's dyed all her clothes black with dye on, and she only comes out at night. She paints her fingernails black, and she got a matching black lipstick too. She says that decadence is in, so she bought some pointed black shoes. They're all black and hollow. And she read how to do it in honey, and she's done how to run black as well. Man, she said she was glad of Christmas, 'cause she made a necklace out of turkey bones. I said it's a good thing her cat's black already. But she didn't seem at all amused. She loves these new occult groups. Her favourite's called Tribal Sex Cult. She got a free inverted cross from Sounds, and she wears it to the satanic night at Styx Disco. They all sit around smoking black Sobrani and drinking lager and black. But afterwards, they go for strolls in the graveyard, and she does it with her fella on a tomb. Oh, she said it feels really wicked, but it's a bit cold at this time of year. They bought themselves a Ouija board so they could talk to the spirits beyond. But all they got was Deb's ex-auntie, who said, up there, it was all jolly good fun. We haven't seen Deborah lately. Not since last week, in fact. That's when she got her NME, with all them pull-out thingies on the black arts. She reckons she'd do all those rituals and summon a demon to chat to. She did a pentagram on her bedroom floor with some chalk, what she'd nicked from the tech. But we reckon she called up something. She couldn't so easy send back. Hurt him. They promised me that. They promised me they wouldn't hurt him. And they got me as I left the club. There were about 15 of them. Oh, well, they look very smart in their Pringle sweaters. But everybody knows they're lunatics. They carry Stanley knives, and they use them. They got me and said, "Are you Sandra Jenkins?" I said, "What's it to you?" Then they said, "Show us where he is." And they threatened to cut me face. Well, what could I do? I'm not one to be conceited, but I've always been thought pretty. I've sort of relied on it, I suppose. And last week, he said he was finishing with me. He said it wasn't safe for me to be seen with him now they were after him. Well, I had thought it was an excuse. That he'd found some stuck-up, mousy little... Well... He made me go back into the club. One of them had me by the arm, hurting me. I'm sure there'll be a bruise. And they said, "Go up to him, Sandra." And I went up to him. And I kissed him on the cheek and said, "Hello, Johnny." And he turned and he looked dead funny. And then they got him. Oh, it was awful. They kicked him all over. Then they dragged him on his feet. looked at me, and his face was like a mask of blood. And he said, "Poor little cow." And he didn't hate me. It was awful. Then one of them, who was watching and laughing, turned to me and shoved £2 down the front of my dress and said, "Buy yourself a cocktail." Well, I just turned and ran away. And as I ran, I heard one of them shout, "Little Judas! Yeah, you little Judas!" And I ran. But I ask you, what else could I have done? Really? What else could I have done? Took me ages to leave home, even though I'd gone on about it for years. Always going on about how naff it was at home. Tough nightclubs, no gigs. I was always in trouble, never fitted in. So in the end, I just did a moonlight, flitted, packed my gear and I legged it to London. London, eh? The big city, Dreamtown, the Camden Palace, the Batcave, heaven. Oh, I knew all the clubs. I'd read about them in 19. Honey, all the mags. Some of my mates had gone to them on trips to town. Oh, said they raved. They made our clubs look rubbish. Oh yeah, I was going to have a ball. A mate says I could keep on his floor for a little while, till I got my own place, which wouldn't take long, in London. Come through, and then clubs tick off packets to get in, and after I couldn't get back. London being really big, much bigger than home. And as the days went past, it seemed to me that the city crouched above me, fat and grey and squatting, and I wondered where the real London was, like in the mags. Or on top of the pot. The party, the show, the prize, all the things that I'd left home for, all the sweet glitter, people with brilliant gear. And all it was a back of King's Cross, and the dirty, empty streets, and no sky to see, just buildings, and grotty, dusty roads littered with empty cardboard boxes and old newspapers.
Money. I saw this kid, straight off the train, face lit up with excitement, all got up in her hometown best, painted up a treat, and as she hurried past me, she turned her head away, seeing just another dirty slag on the street. Me who'd been so proud, a hometown killer, reduced to just another begging nobody. And I felt like shouting, "Go home, kid! It's no big deal here. There is no party. Go home, You'll end up like me." But I didn't. I just started laughing. I laughed until the tears ran down my face, tasting bitter and mascara. I laughed until I had to sit down on a shop step to get me breath, tears in me mouth and me guts turning. Oh, I laughed, because I knew I could never go home.
I were a law-abiding fellow, me. Never got myself in trouble, not even when I was a youth. Coppers were coppers to me. I'd never give it a thought. Oh, well, everybody knows someone who's had some grief with 'em. But the law's the law, I'd always thought. Even when it's hot in the day, it's cold in the early morning. Teeth chattering, Jacko talking too much, telling over and over how the pigs thought all pickets were from Yorkshire and tried to send him to Barnsley, even though he'd lived in Notts all his life. Picket duty. Men in little groups, rubbing their hands together, stamping their feet, not looking at each other. Who'll get hurt today? Who'll get took away? Baz's missus is poorly. Everybody hopes it's not him. Fear is a smell. You can sniff it in the air, but no one talks about it. Give it a name, and it'll grow too big to handle. It's not money that we're on about. Well, not only money or jobs, it's like something bigger than that. But it's that as well. It's like, if they beat us, they'll break the backs of everyone like us. You know, we beat the miners, we can break you. Like nurses and teachers and dockers and everyone. We're fighting for everyone. But nobody knows it. It's getting warmer, but they still shiver. Baz looks white. Jacko still yatters on. Lorries start rolling. Coppers move in. Fighting's not a thing you do for pleasure. not with a wife and kids at home, fighting blind in desperation, knowing that your struggle will be twisted into thuggery by camera-toting morons and their masters. They fight for the right to live. I don't know when this will be ending. Hey, but I pray it'll be sooner. I've never prayed since infant school. But I pray to God some nights. I won't have to get up and fight again in the morning.
She's joined by the band for this next. That's Joel Wobble on bass and keyboards, Dave Animal Maltby guitar, Ollie Marland keyboards and Lynn drum. And this is called It's Nothing.
We never talk about it, do we? We avoid it. Delicate. Like a cat treading round a dirty puddle. In the grubby aftermath of drunken evenings, crummy discos and sweaty pubs, our friends loom up. Stinking. Scarlet. Rotted inside out. Swaying. Bloated faces of boys who were beautiful because young and sharp and full of hope. Now dead men's shadows, reflected in a scummy pool of beer, dog ends, joints and skag. Oh, my lads and lasses, what have we done to you? Plastic fun and booze. All those hopes to be alive, dead in a small town grave. Oh, you're my best mate, you know that, eh? Yeah, I've always thought well to you. You know that, don't you, eh? What have we done to you? Like grinning puppets in a ghastly dance, they drink and dangle and die. Very slowly, inside out. No pride, no love, no dignity. Just more beer, more glue, more defeat. And oh, my lads and lasses, what have we done to you?
Solo again, Mummy's Boy.
He's my son. Do you see? My boy. My own flesh and blood. Of course I love him. Do you think I care what he's done? Do you think I give a damn for your courts of law? I'd never have given him up, me. Never. Never. He's all I've ever cared about. Since I carried him. He's been my whole world. When I was young, they told me it was all romance. You know, all love and roses and some man to take care of you. Well, I saw through that quick enough. We all do, don't we, lassies? We have to, by God. Oh, yes. Yes, I married his father right enough. Well, that wasn't hard. They say that we're the weaker sex. That's a joke. I've never known a bloke some girl couldn't twist around her little finger. Aww. Don't go to the pub tonight, love. Don't see those mates of yours. Why don't you stay here with me? And we'll have a cuddle. 9 months later, it's the altar, and a home of your own at last. Oh, don't look so shocked. Just 'cause I'll say straight out what your missus only thinks. It's the truth. It's the kids we love, not you. You pathetic clowns with your pubs and your beer and your football. Oh, you think you're so tough. Don't make me laugh. You do as much as your woman lets you, and you never realise. And now you're going to take my boy, my baby, and you stand there with your damn solemn faces and you say, "But don't you realise, madam, he has killed 3 men." Well, yeah, I do. And what's more, I couldn't care less. He's my child. My child. And whatever you do to him, and wherever you take him, you'll never take him away from me. Never.
And since the last number by Joolz, 1 or 2 people have phoned up the BBC to ask where the event is at the Purcell Rooms on Wednesday, or where the Purcell Rooms are. Wednesday, the Purcell Rooms, which are part of the Royal Festival Hall complex, and that's Joolz and presumably other folks besides. Back with Joolz, this is Violation.
Please. Don't look so frightened. Really, I don't want to hurt you. I won't hurt you. Honestly. Just be quiet. Quiet. I'm sorry it had to be like this. Breaking in and everything. But you've got to understand. Well, you'd never have spoken to me under any other circumstances, would you? Would you? Oh, I don't mind. I realise I'm nothing to a woman like you. I'm sorry. A lady. Well, really, you're a lady. I know you are. I know all about you. I've watched you for ages now. Oh, no, please. Please be quiet, please. Good. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, yes, and lovely and clean. I mean, look at your underwear. It's so clean and white, and most women, they aren't clean, you know. Oh, no, they're dirty, they're stinking. Not like you. Oh, so soft. So, no, don't scream, don't be quiet, be still. You've got to understand. You must. Don't you see? I've got to have you. So soft. So quiet. So delicate. I won't hurt you. Oh, no, you're like a princess to me. I'll finish quick, I swear. Just stay quiet. Look here. Here's a picture of me kids. Here, look. That's my little girl. Look. I'm not a monster. Oh, no, I'm just a man. I'm just an ordinary man.
I wonder if that's the way that it actually is. I very much fear that it probably is. That's Joolz and Violation. Now, here's the last from Joolz, back with the ensemble. It's called Tattoo.
carry them around forever. Better than gold in my pockets. Tattoo artist, him. Brighter than a flash, who draws in my flesh with his needles. I pay for his art with more than money. I give him my blood and pain. You look down on us and call us tattooed savages who despise us and sneer, safe in your money and your fear. Who writes a cheque for a marble statuette? You give nothing and you get nothing. But when we sit and feel the needles burn, we're proud. We get something no one can ever take away from us. However else you humble us, however else you try to rob us of our dignity, we'll always have our pictures to tell us we've got something you never dare to own. Oh yeah, Mickey's an artist, right enough. His paintings in my skin give me pride. And fair exchange is no robbery to us.
We should have had a session from her before, I think.
Would you rather be at a disco? No. Oh dear. I would. Oh, night fever. Giving it big licks on the dance floor. Brilliant. I love it, it's ace. I think the best thing about going to a disco is getting ready to go out. It is. You have to start about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you know. Well, you do if you're a lass, you know. I mean, lads, they don't bother anyway, do they? So there's no point. Put another sweater on, you know. So pull a slightly cleaner pair of socks over their cheesy feet for the evening. Think they've done their bit, you know. Spray themselves with stud, you know, or macho. Or that wonderful Pierre Cardin. The one that's in the really dildo-shaped bottle. I get really embarrassed when I go past it in boots, you know, I think, oh dear, yeah. It's not big enough anyway. But, that's going to be one of those evenings, is it? No, I mean, no, you have to get ready about 2 o'clock. I mean, this is for the people on the dole, you know. You in work, you're still at the office, aren't you? Well, you're still on your lunch break. It goes till 3, doesn't it? I mean, let's face it. But, you know, I mean, because if you're going to do something like pluck your eyebrows, well, you have to do it at 2 o'clock, because if you do it at 7 o'clock, it's a disc covered in red blotches. Now, it's not conducive to, you know, anything, is it? No, you have to make an effort. Aye. Because, you know, when you're going to go out, it's going to be one of those Saturday nights when your friend phones you up. You know, you answer the phone. You gotta come tonight! Why? He's going to be there. Him! Who? Him! Screechy friends are also so... Him from last week! With hairy chest, do you remember him? You think, God, I remember him. He fancies you. You think, thanks a bunch, you know. How do you know anyway? Me brother knows him, he said he's going to be there, you've got to go. So you think, oh well, go on then, you know. So you start getting ready, and don't fellas have a funny idea about how girls get ready to go out? They do. They think you sort of saunter up to the bathroom in a little negligee, lock yourself in there for 2 hours in a cloud of pink foam and gardenia talc, come out looking like Victoria Principal, you know. Well, you might do, but I never look like Victoria Principal. Well, a wig, I suppose, but, you know. No, it's not like that, because you lie there in a really hot bath with 2 capfuls of Johnson's baby oil in it, getting whiter and wrinklier by the minute, more and more like a sort of oven chip, you know, staring with horror at your legs, you know, and hoping it's like that the sort of refractive quality of the water and not all them kebabs you had down your neck last week, you know. It's awful, you know, and you lie there and you think, Christ, what can I wear? Because I can't wear the nylon leopardette. I mean, not after the ice cubes, you know, not to hope. Everybody knows, you know. So you think, well, God, well, you know, I'll wear me jeans. Sound. You can always get away with jeans, nice and casual, get your man to put a nice razor-sharp crease down the front, you know, little sweaterette, pearls. Always looks cash, doesn't it? Nice. It's all right then, because I'll only have to shave up to my knees. Well, nobody's going to see, are they? So it doesn't matter. So you lie there in the bath, you know, slashing away at your legs with a blunt razor, watching the water turn pink, wishing your friend hadn't put that Joolz poster up, do-do-do-do-do, you know. Really worrying. Because you could use them, Mac. You know, Vito. Sort of put all this chemical on your legs and he goes... Good thing you are wearing jeans because of the chemical burns, you know. Yeah, it's a poor do. Apply some makeup, you know. You have to put makeup on because when you're going to go out that night, it is always the first day of your period. Always. And you look at yourself 10 pounds overweight with water retention. Dear me, you know, face covered in acne. Your hair is so lank from hormone imbalance. Not even 2 whole cans of Boots extra hold unperfumed hair lacquer is going to do anything with it. Nothing. I mean, it's the female equivalent of Brewer's Droop. It is. Spray and backcomb, nothing. Bits of old spaghetti. You have to lie on the bed to zip your jeans up with a pair of pliers. Jeans are awful. I hate jeans. Jeans are like a corset. Once you're in them, I mean, this is before stretch, dear. In jeans, tight jeans, you can stand, you can recline, but you can't sit upright because of the agony. You know, so it's either sort of hi or evening, you know, or nothing in between. It's dreadful. When you get to the disco, and I go to a disco in Bradford actually quite often, which is called oh God, it's called the Champagne A Go-Go. It is really is called the Champagne. Really, if you're really trendy, you call it Champers. If you like us, you call it Slaggers. It's like, you know, I mean, you walk in and your feet stick to the carpet and you can't put your hands on the walls because of the mould, you know. It's quite a small place, it's just as well, you know, really. Little black cellar. But the clientele, I mean, you know, they're quite friendly. I mean, they're quite polite, you know, when they're laid out paralytic on the floor, on the dance floor. They try not to look up your skirt. And you can't ask much more, can you, really? It was quite nice, actually, till all the students started going. And now I used to go past tables full of people suffering terrible angst about their finals, you know. Oh, God, Fiona. I can't face it, I can't go on. It's the end for me. Don't worry, Troy, don't worry. It's all right, I'll take care of it just like it was in the first year, you and I together against the world. you know, suicides in the ladies and all sorts of things. It's quite interesting, really. But anyway, I mean, it's that point. You get to the disco and she groped for her whiskey. And he is there, him, you know. And you're there dancing around your handbag with Maureen. And shades of the youth club, isn't it? Oh, you know. And all this, you know. And he sort of saunters up to you, you know, with his flick wedge, you know. And looks you up and down, you know. You dancing? Think, you know, smooth talker. Alright. So shuffle his shoulders a lot like that, shows your bust off, you know, like that. And see you there, dancing with him, crushed up against his hairy chest, you know, staring up his left nostril, wishing he hadn't put so much aftershave on. Because, I mean, it is no good for, well, for me, it is no good dancing with a short fella. Because, I mean, I'm quite tall, and if you dance with a short fella, they're just at tit level the entire night, you know. And it's embarrassing. I mean, my mother said to me, she said, don't worry if they're short, you can always sit him on the window ledge. I still don't know what she means. Anyway, see there, crushed against this gorilla, treading on your feet and that. And he's looking at you with deep, burning eyes, thinking to himself, hey, there's one hot chick I've got here, you know. And you're staring, you know, up his nostril. You're staring up at him thinking, shit. If I go with him tonight, I'll have to take my jeans off. If I take my jeans off, he'll know that I'm hairy to the knee and bald to the ankle. Like one of them Greek satire things. So you have to make your mind up not to go with him. And it's fatal. Because girls do, no. Boys, just suck your pints, no. Don't men get funny when you say that simple word no to them? Such a simple word, no, no. And they go all bemused and wonderment-filled. And their eyes go completely circular. And their eyebrows hit their hairline and the foreheads go wrinkly like them beagle puppies. And you think they've never heard it before. It's a foreign language, you know. No. But love, come on. I won't hurt you. Not the hurting you're worried about, the boredom. I won't hurt you. Bouncing a lot at this point. I won't hurt you. Look at this face. You can tell I'm telling you the truth. And you look at his eyes and it's like one of them fruit machines. It just goes, liar, 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 liar. Worst of all comes the point when you have to tell him you're not on the pill. You have to pick your moment, you know. Leave it too late and you've had it anyway, you know. Too early and, you know, no more drinks for you tonight. So, yeah. Voice of experience over there. So you say to him, love, I've got something to tell you. You're not married, are you? No. I'm not on the pill, actually. What do you mean? It's a simple statement you've told him, haven't you? Spell it out. Not on the pill. Oh. Well, love, you'll have to use a Durex. See? Can't use them. They make it horrible for me. You think, 9 months of pregnancy resulting from one quick fuck and he's worrying about it makes it awful for him, I don't know. You heard about the virgin that put his Durex on backwards and went? But, my fave joke at the moment, that one. That's really funny, I like that one. But, the funny breed. And then they come out with all these wonderful little mythologies that they've stored up over the years, like, you can't leave me like this, love. You can't, I'll get cancer. Or, if we do it standing up in bath, you won't fall pregnant. Or, as a chap actually said to me once, he had slept the previous night with a luminous-dialed watch strapped around his bits. No, wait. His theory was that the radioactivity given out by the luminous... the luminous bits on the watch, right, would render him sterile for 2 days. I just laughed. I mean, what can you do, you know? And that is absolutely true, you know. My friend used to work this is by the by, my friend used to work at a play scheme once, and this boy came in at one of the yachts, looking really miserable. So she sort of thought, oh God, I'll have to be nice to him, you know. So she went up to him and said, well, Gazza, you look miserable today. Says, aye, me bird's up the stick. She says, oh dear, he's only 17, you know. Oh dear, that's awful. He says, aye, doctor says it's twins. He says, I can't understand it, we only did it the once. Do you know, you have to start right at the beginning, and was it worth it, you know? But this is absolutely nothing to do with what I was going to say. This is a little little poem which I'm going to dedicate to slaggers, and it's called Disco A Go-Go. These bloody flashing lights don't half get on your nerves. Oh, Christ. Hey, it's like a black hole of Calcutta in here. I should never have worn nylon. I think I've lost about 4 pound already. God almighty, get off me foot, you fat pig! Sorry. No, you didn't hurt me a bit. Not much, you great lump of lard. What? Oh, yeah. I'd love to dance. Aye, this is my favourite record. Oh no. Why did I do this? Why am I so soft? Hey, the shame of it being seen on the dance floor with this great, sweaty, red-faced git. Jesus. He's got athletic sock on his sweatshirt. So all I need is student. I wonder if I can telepathically will Maureen into getting me a double. I'll need it to rub on me crushed feet. At college? Really? What are you studying? Oh yeah, chemical engineering. How interesting. Ghastly, slobbery, beer-soaked toad. You wassock. You brat. You gormless great necklace monster. Hey, we're a vile spotty Herbert. Great self-important slug. Quick escape, the record's finished. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, see you later. Not if I can help it, big boy. Oh, thank God. More read me mind. Let's escape into the ladies and drink it in there. We've got another 3 hours to get through yet. We paid £2 to have some fun. Because after all, that's what Saturday night's for, isn't it? Ah, I love the sound of applause. So nice. I've been having a bit of a problem with my agent recently, actually. Thank you, dear. Sweetie, you can tell. He's easily managed, isn't he? I've just been thinking, isn't it funny about blokes? They've got this thing, isn't it? They either come really quickly, or they go on for hours and hours and hours, and you're there looking at your watch behind his back thinking, I can't do with this, you know. Funny, aren't they, men? I thought that. I picked up this, my friend bought a copy of Playgirl. Well, I bought it, actually. Well, we bought it together, you know. We wanted to look at the nude men. So we did, and there was this big spread, the major spread was all these nude men on skis in the snow with bobble hats on and nothing else. And the bobbles on their bobble hats were bigger than what they were displaying because of the cold, you know. A few girls who don't know about this, men's willies get about that big. Well, they're never much bigger than that, are they? Such a disappointment, isn't it? Especially when they've been putting socks down their trousers and you've been looking forward to a good time, you know. Distressing, it really is. You know. Anyway, reminds me of my husband. I got married once. I was married to a chap. Just as well, really, isn't it? But anyway, men are funny when they get married. They're really nice up till you actually get married, and then they go all peculiar. It's like the hunter and the hunted. You know, once they're caught up with the quarry, they're not bothered no more. You know, it's wonderful because it's things like it was my wedding night. I'm going to tell you this in confidence because I know you're all friends, right? My wedding night, right? Got back to the flat, our little love nest. Got back there, right, and he'd had his 2 bottles of vodka, you know. And he was laid out in front of the fire, and I nipped into the bedroom, you know, and changed into my negligee, my little French number, you know. Them fluffy mules, do you remember them fluffy mules with its pink fluff on the front? That's a pair of them. Great, can't walk in them, but they're lovely. Sprayed myself all over with havoc, you know. Sauntered painfully to the living room, you know, arranged myself in the doorway. Love, love, it's time to go to bed now, love. And there he was, lay there reading his motorcycle news. I must tell you at this point I married a Yorkshireman. It has a lot of bearing on what I'm going to say next. Looked up from his motorcycle news and said, "Good God, woman, where have you gone on? You'll catch thy death of cold in that. Get back in there and put thy damn art vest on." It set the whole tone of my marriage, that did. Really did. Strange boy. Yes, well, Satan slayers are a bit funny, but there we are. I've had a lot of problems recently, actually, you know, with my agent. You know, because when we stars, like me, we have agents, you know, and I've got one called, I can't bring myself to, I can't. Nigel. He really is called Nigel. It's awful. When you have the guest list, you know, and you have to write down who you want to get in free, I have to write Nigel in unintelligible letters so that nobody will know. You know, Nigel, like that. And he's sort of little, and he's fat, and he wears one of them woolly jumpers in different stripes of coloured wool, rainbow sweaters, and kickers. And he carries a briefcase with Guarantor 83 on it, and Marillion, and Genesis. Mind you, there's not much difference between the two, is there? So it doesn't really make any difference. And he has these, and he bounces a lot, and he's got sort of greying perm. He's very keen. And he leaped up to me the other day, and he says, "Love the act, love it, love it, love it." I thought I was going to be trouble here. I know he's up to something, so I sort of brushed him off. Stand over there, dear, you know. "Love the act, dear, love it. One little problem. Love you, love you. Material, bit of a problem. That's it, your whole act out of the window, you know. Don't worry about it, dear, don't. Can't you do something a bit more, you know, like what girls like?" So I said, you know, about things like love and romance and marriage. He said, yes, that's it. You know, because we're all a bit thick, us girls. We can only think about marriage and romance and stuff like that. Not room in our little noddles for anything else, is there? So I thought, okay, I'll go for it. So I wrote a poem about love, which he didn't like very much. Puts me in tubes, it's wicked at this time of year. And it's called Sweet Romance. This bloke says, "You should write a love poem. One of those nice love is poems. Because people need their dreams and fantasies. So I'll tell you what love is. Love is passion and pain in the darkness of the night. Screaming spasms of hatred, the line between drawn so close. Standing on the edge, eyes wide awake, power pounding in your veins, the vision of your face in a shock of light. Love is hard and savage bright, and bleeding knuckles where you punch the wall, agony and jealousy exploding in a dance hall, the knife blade of tension cutting us both ways. It's fighting back to back, you and I outnumbered 3-1, laughing and running afterwards, and blood-sweet kisses grinding on your broken teeth. Love is my nails in your back, and grinning in the face of a small town's hatred. Oh yeah, that's what love is, sweetheart. Not pastel pink and wedding white, the same old traps, the half-hearted lies, the cold death. Love is red hot, and black hearts, and your whole soul burning and singing all the while. Oh yeah, that's what love is.